All right, wonderful people, lovers of freedom, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome back to Expose News TV, your one and only YouTube platform, where they're giving a back-to-back update on how things are for Biafra land and beyond. If you're joining us for the first time, remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Also remember to like and share this broadcast too. Okay, my people, woto everywhere in Enugu at the moment. Enugu on fire as, of course, heavily armed Biafra forces have engaged with Fulaňi terrorists. My people, it is not a joke as 20,000, my people, 20,000 Biafra forces have been deployed into the Enugu community against the Fulaňi herdsmen, and of course, sent a whole lot of them and their cows to judgment. It is not a joke, and we all know how far these people in Enugu community have suffered. They have suffered a lot and they've been crying out. But then the core person, and the reason why they have not gotten their rescue is solely and only because of their governor, Peter Mba, who has refused on every count to accept Biafra forces. But at this particular point, I believe that it has come by crook or by hook. And that is why we are getting the results we are getting at the moment. Because you do not understand how this man, whoever he claims to be, is doing some kind of things and has decided to do a whole lot of stupid things at the same time. And does not care about the lives and properties of his own people. His own people. It is very, very disheartening that is what it has come to. It is also more than heartbreaking that this is the situation they have found themselves in. That Peter Mba himself, he is also, if people can remember, he's also the one that said, no more sit at home. The traders should come out and go to market. And when the traders did not come out, he went, broke their locks and put a new lock on top of the locks that are already there. And then when the people came out on Tuesday and they were shouting or made of course, they rioted concerning it, he beat traders and did a whole lot of things. Michael, what does it tell you about this man? This man's heart is at the back. And he doesn't care about his own people. The only people I think he cares about is possibly himself. And at the same time, what we are trying to explain to you is that the possibility that this man is also aligned with the Jagaban just for his selfish purposes is 100%. Because I do not understand how a man would see a set of Biafra forces that are willing to help and he would say no to them. Because I do not understand how these things work. You are seeing that your own people are crying. The police people that are supposed to actually help are not helping. The soldiers are the main terrorists themselves. So who do you want to send to actually protect these people? Who you want to send? And so that is the issue we are having at this particular point. That is one of the main huge issues they are having at the moment. You cannot send people. You cannot allow people to actually go and do the work. So what is now your aim? What is now the aim of everything that you are doing? It just shows that you are very, very heartless and you're not interested in the growth or anything that looks like the growth of your own people. And that is one of the most heartbreaking things that can ever happen to any of them. Because I do not understand how anybody at all would go through the kind of things they are going through and you feel that you are a full-time governor and you're doing the right thing with the kind of things that are happening at the moment. And you are not moved, it is not touching you at any point in time to do something to do the right thing. The only thing that you want or you feel that is right is that one that you are doing. And your people keep suffering and crying. But then you are not moved by any of those things because, of course, the only thing that you care about is yourself. My people, it is very heartbreaking, and this is what would happen to you would look at, and that is why we have not moved forward from a whole lot of things, because a whole lot of Igbo leaders are selfish, and they only care about themselves. They only care about the kind of things they would gain for themselves. And believe you me, that is why any of these things you're seeing that is happening here is happening, because these people only care for themselves. And that's why these things are still happening at the moment. That's why these things are still very, very heartbreaking, even as I'm talking to you right now. But then what can we say? What can we do? We can only talk the much we can and say the much we can. But then the most necessary thing is for change to eminently take place in the society, in the whole background, in at large. And if change does not happen, it means we don't actually, one chance don't actually do. And that one chance is not going to be something that should actually be looked at in a small way, because I do not understand how these people would do the things they do and still expect that things would go well for them. It's like they do not believe that Chukwu Abiyama is alive and Chukwu Okike is working for the Biafra cause, whether they like it or not. These are the things that keep us going, and the things that will always right here is that the security operatives discover bodies of 6 policemen killed by Fulaňi herdsmen, 15 others missing. It is not a joke. The fact that this set of things keep happening, and they feel that they can get away with it, because it is what they think. They feel they would be able to like get away with every single thing they do. Is very outrageous. Now they are suffering for the consequences. They are suffering for the consequences of the things that are happening to them. He says here that trouble is brewing in Delta State after the bodies of policemen killed by Fulaňi herdsmen were discovered. A collaborative effort between security forces and local vigilantes resulted in the retrieval of deceased police officers' bodies belonging to the IRT Abuja, PMF 51 Ogara, and Anti-Kidnapping Squad Asaba. So these are the set of people that their bodies were found recently that were killed by Fulaňi herdsmen. And they are still keeping these people in their stead. They are still keeping this set of people in their stead. And that is why we can never allow them to encroach into our own land. They have already encroached. They have started entering. But we will not allow them to do that anymore, because the more they encroach, the more they enter into our land, the more they take over and want to feel that they have something they need to do in our place. And we will not let them have that. Yes, we can never let them have that. Okay, it continues. The recovered corpses of the officers have been deposited at Mariri Central Hospital morgue in Ugili, disclosed a senior security source at the Delta State Police Command, speaking on the condition of anonymity. The recovery operation conducted in Ugili North local government area of Delta State followed extensive search efforts in the forest on both Sunday and Monday. So these people have been missing for some time. On January 24th, 2024, 3 officers, all inspectors, were dispatched to the Ororo community in Ugili North, Delta State, in response to a distress call made by an individual named Moses Progress. The distress caller alleged an attack by suspected Fulaňi herdsmen, leading to the officers' deployment. Tragically, they never returned, and with their fate shrouded in uncertainty. So they called these people and they sent only 3 police officers instead of them to send a full squad to go and handle these people. Fulaňi herdsmen normally move in bulk, and you sent only 3 people. What do you expect? Of course, they have taken them down. Although the police authorities in Delta State have remained silent about the incident, a group of local vigilante members discovered the bodies of some of the slain officers. The report continued. Operation Huts belonging to the suspected killer Fulaňi herdsmen were demolished, and 6 corpses were found in the Agadama bush, while the whereabouts of the 15 others remain unknown. Regarding the discovery, the anonymous security source further elaborated. They spent over 3 hours at the hospital morgue during the documentation before being attended to at Ugili Central Hospital. Another source, when queried, mentioned no details yet, and I will get back to you as we progress, indicating ongoing investigation into the matter. My people, this is what it is, and this is what things would always end up to be, so far as it concerns the Fulaňi herdsmen being allowed to encroach, because these Fulaňi herdsmen, they are trouble. They are full-time trouble. And the earlier we get to find out that these people do not have a place with us, and they can never have a place with us in the southeast, I don't care about wherever they are, in Abuja or wherever, those people, they can allow them encroach into their land. But in our own land, Abia State, Imo State, Ebonyi State, Enugu State, and the rest, we are not allowed to let them in. We cannot let them in. If not, we risk losing lives of maybe innocent farmers, innocent people that are around. And that is the reason we must avoid we must avoid anything that will allow us calm down when we see them encroaching or entering into our land. We cannot do that. We cannot let them do that. And so because of that, we'll always be at alert to make sure that they do not encroach into our land to do things that are not that to do things that would cause mayhem or trouble in our society or in our community. And yes, we've come to the end of this particular broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Remember to subscribe and turn on your notifications too. Thank you.